This is why being a sports fan is the funnest hobby on earth. Morning, everybody. Late morning on the East Coast. As we're here today with the NHL. Hold on. There we go. Apologize for that. And wow, these signings are coming fast and furious. Let's start from the top. Uh, Reinhardt stays with the Panthers 8 years, $69 million. And I think that's a great move because he's only 29, and you can move him when times get tight down there. So the champions re-sign their players, one of their players. They lose one of the most important players as they lose uh, Matador Montador today to Seattle. 7 years, 50 million today. So Montador took the money, and I tried to tell somebody uh, yesterday that these hockey players are like mercenaries. Okay, when they see the big payday coming, if your team don't pay them, somebody else will. And Montador is out the door, leaving the champions, heading to the Pacific Northwest. 7 years, 50 mil. Chris Tanev, which was one of the best signings in trades this weekend, he goes to Toronto. 6 years, 28 million, and a no trade clause in his deal, which means he gets every penny that he signed on his deal. Whoever his agent is, great job. Joseph Wool signs a 3-year extension with the Leafs. 3 years, 11 mil. Okay, so he stays in Toronto. I gave you Reinhardt already. Tyler Bertuzzi goes to the Blackhawks. 4 years, 22 mil. That's a nice move by Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, Patrick Kane resigns with the Red Wings. 1 year, 4 million. He likes the situation there. Isaac Lundstrom resigns with the Anaheim Ducks. 1 year, 1.5 million. Devils trade for Jonathan Kovacic from the Canadians late last night. If you didn't catch that one. And the Canadians got a fourth round pick in 26. Sean Dursey resigns with Utah. Boy, the two teams to me out of obscurity who drafted phenomenally and has had a great weekend is Utah and Calgary. Montreal and San Jose killed it at the draft over the weekend. So Utah keeps rolling in the dough. Max Domi and Timothy Lengerin both re-signed with Toronto. So the Maple Leafs are re-signing their own players. I know Domi got 3 years, 11 million, and Lengerin got 1 year, 2.2 million. So Luke Kunin re-signed with the Sharks. 1 year, 2.75 mil. And Jake Gunsel signed the big deal late last night, 7 years for 63 mil. He chose Florida. I mean, excuse me. He picked Tampa over Vancouver and going back to Carolina. So Vegas traded for Akira Smith and Alexander Holtz from the Devils. and they get a 2025 third round pick in center Paul Cotter. And the Wild will get Jacob Blacko from the Bruins. They also got a fourth round pick out of it, and they use Aaron Hivalju and Vinny Lettieri, and a fourth round pick went to the Bruins, and they took Elliot Grunwald at pick 110. Logan Thompson goes to the Capitals from Vegas, the third goalie. Vegas got a third round pick on Saturday and a third round pick next year. And they took KHL goaltender Pavel Mosevich at 83. So those are the latest things that have happened. I'll keep you up to date live on what's going on, because news is coming in fast and furious. Yeah, I think over the weekend, I think where San Jose was picking, they did phenomenal. I also believe that Calgary did terrific. You know, that's a team that's resetting, and they did a hell of a job. Players fell to them, and they made every scout happy, more Jerome McGinley happy. And give Jerome McGinley a lot of credit. His son was drafted on Friday night. He went to Utah at 6. And on Saturday, he told his wife, "You stay with the boy, with his son. I'm staying with the organization that always wrote my checks." And he was basically running the draft as the scout at the Calgary's scout table. Speaking of that, did you hear the news, folks? The NHL is going to go the way of the NBA. You got to be effing kidding me. Beginning next year, folks, the draft will be virtual, which means that uh, teams will pick their players from their headquarters and no longer go on site, which they've done for over 60 years. And again, Bettman, I don't know what's up with Gary. Everything is going his way. That draft at that Spear in Vegas was nothing I've ever seen before. And then they're going to go virtual beginning next year for the draft. Are you effing kidding me, Gary? Really? Really, Gary Bettman, really? Wow. All right, Stamkos, which has been the buzz around the world, and I'm not joking about that. Stamkos is between Vegas and the Predators. No surprise. No state taxes. Uh, they're in the mix right now for Stamkos. You know, Gunsel got his money late last night. He's happy. Yakov Trenin signed with the Wild. Is there any nondescript franchise in the NHL more than the Minnesota Wild? You would think American players will run the play in Minnesota. And I don't know what to tell you with that team. I mean, that team just, you know, I mean, damn. The Vegas Knights are faceless, but they won a Stanley Cup and only been in the league 7 years. I don't know what to say about that. So when guys sign in about 8 minutes. We'll let you know. All right, Shane Pinto has asked the Predators to trade him. Tell you, it's not getting pretty in Ottawa. And the sad thing is, Ottawa got goalie last week, and players are still unhappy. This goes to show you how much winning when you're young does matter, and as you get older, it becomes more money. And if you have a family, a young family, comfortability matters more. So those are all the moves up to date. Nothing else has crossed the wire. When it does, I'll let you know. Hockey today, I'll take you to 2 o'clock. Then I'll be back at 3 o'clock, 3:30, and we'll take this to the end of the road today, which is around 6:30 Eastern time. I'll take you from there all the way up there. And then I'll see you sometime this week. I don't know, but I will see you sometime this week. Saturday, 12 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to have an NBA day. All the signings, all the trades. There are going to be more trades in the NBA on Saturday because that's when everything opens. And it's going to be a free all. We think. The NBA like to do shit early. That's why they're the NBA. And that's why when I get the thumbnail up sometime this week, it will be called The Inmates Always Run the Asylum, which is the NBA, by the way. There's only two sports where the players run it: baseball and the NBA. So, I'm trying to find other things going on. Let's check out the NBA. Paul George headed to Philly. Chris Paul jumped on the Wembayama trade. I shouldn't say trade. The Wembayama train. He jumped on Wembayama's ship. All right, George Latunic re-signing with the Hurricanes for $9 million. That just came across the wire. Philadelphia making another big free. Maxey got $205 million yesterday. And I still say Philly's gonna flop. I don't see them beating Boston or the Knicks in the East. And it's mighty funny how everybody seems to forget about Miami and Milwaukee, isn't it? It's like Milwaukee, I can understand why we've dismissed them. Giannis got his ring, okay? And if he decides to get up and go, he'll get another one wherever he goes next. I wouldn't discount Miami so quickly, folks. There was an idiot yesterday that said that it's because of Pat Riley hates the NBA. You got a lot of moronic fans in the NBA. I've been saying that all along. The dumbest sports fans on earth are NBA fans, basketball fans. No question about it. All right, the Jazz look like they are trying to move Yuri Markkinen. Boy, did that honeymoon ended quick, didn't it? Hartenstein signs with OKC. Everybody thinks they're the prohibitive favorite in the West now. I said if Denver doesn't go out there and get a couple of bench players, I said that OKC could come out of it and signing Hartenstein. Boy, they gave Hartenstein How much money they gave Hartenstein? I know they gave him like 90 million, something like that. 90 or 80 million. Everybody's jumping on the Sixers ship as Maxi, Paul George, Oubre, Reed, and Embiid. Nah, they're not gonna. I'll take Miami, especially if they make a move. And I think Pat will make a move. I'll take Miami, the Knicks, and Boston over Philly. So, all right, Stamkos just went to the Predators. 4 years, 32 million. So Stamkos is now a member of the Nashville Predators. And don't look now, but Nashville is looking pretty good in the West, folks. They're looking pretty good in the West. Drew Eubanks went to Utah, where he belongs. 2 years, 10 million. So I'm doing both the NBA and the NHL at the same time. But we'll do the NHL on Saturday. So Stamkos, 4 years, 32 million, 8 million per. Tobias Harris continues to has the big L in back of his jersey. Going to sorry, pathetic Pistons, 2 years, 26 million a year, 52 mil. So now everybody's wondering where Klay Thompson end up. So that's an NBA. Back to the NHL.
I was in LA one time I was, and I didn't want to leave LA. Yeah. But it became a point where during the season I was injured. There were a bunch of Gary Curry, lots of different movement, and I felt like as an older player that I wasn't as needed as much as I would be somewhere else. And when I understand, I was like, "That's it. You're right, good." I think so. Yeah, you sound very good. Yeah, I know you're tired.
So Stamkos is gone. Jacob Slavin re-upped with the Hurricanes, an 8-year deal. 64 mil. Tihu Haviland just signed with the Blackhawks. So now these deals are coming through now, loud and clear.
There are best available, if you will, and here you go. Steven Stamkos, we talked to Eric Erlinson, and certainly sounds like there will not be a reunion in Tampa when it comes to their long-term captain. So Steven Stamkos, 34 years old, captain.
So let me see what's going on in my chat room. I've been so focused on looking at these trades and these free agent signings. Say what's up to everybody in my chat room. Big Money's in here. Hey, Linda Anderson's in here. Hey, what's up, girl? Good to see you. So, her Pistons a few minutes ago got Tobias Harris this morning. I said a quote to Sean. Sean was laughing. Sean, you want to pull up? Pull up, bro. I'm gonna drop the link. Today is Canada Day, so happy Canadian Day to Moss and Melina and all our Canadian friends up there. Shout out to people in the chat and people in the clouds. Appreciate you. Hit that damn like button and show me some courtesy. Thank you, love. Rosie is evening for her. I believe it's about a little after 5 o'clock in her world. Say hello to her in a second. Oh, let's see. All right, Jacob Chikrin traded from Ottawa to the Capitals for Nick Jensen and a 2026 third round pick. So, how you doing, Trust? Nice to see you, love. Thank you for saying hello to me, your boy here. I'm gonna say hello to Trust in a minute, as I always represent everybody who comes through to say hello. Big money you can pull up. I'm gonna drop the link in a second. Oh wow, what a day, what a day, what a day. It's days like this where I really enjoy doing this. But come, folks, come NFL training camp in 3 weeks. I'm busy for 9 straight months. Plus, I'm gonna do NBA, NHL playoffs up here, so I'm gonna be busy almost every day. Okay, my girl Toya, what's up, baby? How's life treating you these days, love? Always do what I always do with Toya. How's everybody in the streets over there? Back home, baby? Good. Welcome back. Welcome home, girl. Hope everything is well with you. Miss you, as always. Welcome home, baby. Welcome back to the dark side. Linda Anderson says he's great. Good to see Linda, as always. Nice to see both you ladies. Mean that sincerely. Yeah. Let me tell you what else is happening as I turn around. All right, Marcus Sol, where did he go? Marcus Sol just went somewhere. Let me see if he went to Toronto. Do this real quick. let you know right now where Marcus went. There we go. Always good to see everybody. I mean, it really is. All right, let's get you where Marcus went. I think he went to Toronto. Tivo Tervanen, 3 years, uh, 3 years, 17.5 mil to the Blackhawks. Slavin, 8-year extension with the Hurricanes. I love that deal for Seattle. I think Seattle is one team, folks, that is going to make a comeback this year. I really believe that out in the Pacific Northwest. I think Seattle's going to have a good year. I truly do. If you're going to play hockey over unders, I will definitely do. I'll take a flyer on the Seattle Kraken and the over. All right, Drager. Well, we're getting this quick, folks. Let you know right now. Brett Pesce goes to the Devils. 6 years, 33 mil. And let me tell you the latest one.
He was a really helpful player. So now he goes to Toronto. Toronto is really making an effort. They got to really fortify that defense. There's no question about it. Yeah. New coach there, Greg Berube, came in, and he's probably one of the first things he said is, "Hey, we got all the."
So Pesce goes to the Devils.
Longer body and tie that too, right? So yeah, I mean, all of a sudden the Toronto Maple Leafs. And so this is my prediction right now. So what Rick Tocchet did to Vancouver Canucks last year, and how he changed their mentality and the way they played and the competitiveness throughout the season, Greg Berube is going to do that to Toronto. We'll get back here in 1 year and we'll see if I'll tell you what, I've been around a lot. We say, I will sign off with you on 100% on that one. You're not wrong that often. You're a pretty sharp eye for these things. I agree with you. I think because like Rick talking, right? He went into Vancouver, and guess what?
Oh, trying to find out who just went to the Maple Leafs. Trust, I love you, and Linda Anderson definitely love you.
Right? So at the end of the day, they fortified the group. That's what they're doing in Toronto for Greg Berube. I agree with you. I think the Toronto Maple Leafs are trying to re-identify kind of who they are, and we'll see.
Wow. This is from Moss. The Bruins decided both Lindstrom and Zadorov from Vancouver. Wow. So the Bruins making a power move just now. So Lindholm and Zadorov both go to the Bruins. Wow. So Zadorov and Eric Lindholm both was with the Vancouver Canucks. And this is sad about Vancouver because their team is very good. And now Vancouver is feeling like the Calgary Flames right now. Nobody wants to play for them, so Vancouver may have to do next year what Calgary did this year, which is you're gonna have to restock your team with young players that want to be there. So the Boston Bruins just pulled off a power move just now. Wow. So they get both Sadarov, a damn good defenseman, very egotistical, loves himself, loves looking in the mirror. As the NHL schedule has leaked, and they get Eric Lindholm, who on any given year can get you 40 goals and 60 assists. All right, the home openers for every team. Calgary's going to open up, I guess. Bruins open up against Montreal October the 10th. San Jose is at Chicago. Columbus is at uh, Denver. Columbus is on the road to open their year. They'll be their first home game will be Thursday, the 16th. Oilers open up against Winnipeg. New Jersey opens up against Toronto and face their former coach. The Islanders open up against Utah. The Rangers home openers against Utah. The the Florida Panthers will play the first game of the year as they'll hang up their championship banner October the 8th against the Bruins. Wow. Blackhawks in Utah on the 8th. I guess those are the games that are going to be on ESPN. And Wednesday the 9th, Calgary goes to Vancouver. So those are some of the home openers. So Eric Lindholm and Sadarov go to the Bruins. So the Bees for our good buddy Moss, as he's on his way home from Toronto, or probably went to sleep. I'm gonna send him the news right now. And get Moss up here. Maybe me and Moss will do a collab later tonight. All right. I'll drop that to Moss. Trying to find. My team was active on Saturday. So let's see what's happening now. You know, Max Domi, 3 years, 11.5 million. We signed with the Maple Leafs. I told Vamos, and the Kane. I mean, the Panthers are gonna lose some players. They lost a big one today in Brandon Matador. That was huge going to Seattle. Wow. So the Capitals are reloading. Tyler Toffoli. So Toffoli going to the Sharks on a 4-year deal. 4 years, 24 million. So Montour leaves the Champs and goes to Seattle. Seattle's going to be pretty good, folks. Connor McMichael resigns a 2-year extension for 4.2 million. With the Caps are really spending some money. But what we're all waiting for is, what are the Bruins? According to reports, they signed both Sadorov and Lindholm. Love that for the Bruins. Stamkos already left. He's with Nashville. 4 years, 32 million. Dylan Wright went to Milwaukee. No report on Ekblad at all. N.T in the building. What's up, N.T? Doing all this N.H.L stuff today. No, what Tampa basically did was let Samkos walk, and with the money they bet the same what the money that Stamkos wanted, they gave it to Jake Guentzel. That's what they did. And the reason why they did that is because Stamkos gets hurt too much, and he's been in the league 13 years. 15 years. So they said enough is enough. Let him go. Well, this stuff is rolling this morning. This is why the NHL is the best. But I didn't like the fact Ovechkin and Crosby, this is year 20 for both of them. This is going to be the 20th year for Ovechkin, and that's why Ovechkin's so great. All right. Chris Tanev is very happy. He's in Toronto.
It's incredible, right? This
What a morning for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That young defenseman they drafted, they're going to invite him to camp, who they took with the 31st pick, which, Toronto people up in Canada, the media up there are too hard. Speaking of that, what the hell is up with the Blackhawk fans? Did you see that the other night? In Vegas, they booed every pick they made. Wow. Wow. You would think with that crested Blackhawk that with the crested Blackhawk on the front of the jersey, they were clearly the team of the 2010s, that they will still have some great memories. And instead, other than Connor Bedard, they're not happy. So, they haven't won a championship in 10 years, the Blackhawks. When they signed Reinhardt, that was a very good move because number one, he's being rewarded for scoring the game-winning goal in Game 7, and number two, everybody likes playing for the Panthers now. It's going to be hard for a player outside of that locker room. Like it's going to be hard for players to go to Florida now because Florida finally did it right. And again, congratulations! I heard the parade in the rain. Big O was going crazy about it this morning. Uh, those people deserve that. And I saw an interview by Steve Goldstein, Goldie did with Manager Chuck yesterday. How the Panthers took the cup everywhere in South Florida to let the fans see it. What a class gesture from the new Stanley Cup champions, and let everybody take pictures with the cup. It was nice to see Raheem Mozart lift the cup yesterday at the parade, and the players told him, "You're one of us. You've been there since he was in first time he can afford season tickets." So you're talking a good for Mozart. You're talking a good 7 years ago. So congratulations to him. Well, I don't know. They made this keep Ekblad now. That Montador left so quickly. I tried to tell that to Keynes, Manzano, that in the NHL, when you get your first big payday, the players go. They don't stay. They go. They leave. They don't care if they won a cup or two. They're out because they know that if they're not the big star of the team, they're not going to get paid what they think they're worth. Montour got $7 million a year in the NHL. That is elite money, and I'm telling you, I will take Seattle and the over right now. Now that Vancouver and Calgary are down. So Saturday, all NBA folks start at 12 noon. When the floodgates open in the NBA, I'll be on all day with the NBA. So if you're a basketball fan, pull up in here. I'll have everything for you like I did with the hockey. Reinhardt took what they can pay him. He took all the money. Reinhardt again, 8 years, $69 million. That happened on Saturday. It's official now. So he took every penny the Panthers can pay a player in his realm. Only the Connor McDavids get the big money. Him, McKinnon, Matthews, who still hasn't been paid yet, believe it or not. I guess they'll keep Ekblad now and go get a cheaper player. But Manzano, he said that, but he got everything that a player of his status can get. He got the 8 years, 8.65 mil. I'm still awaiting the terms on Lindholm and Sidorov, which the Bruins did, folks. Stroke of genius by Boston. Wow. The Bruins just swept in and took two of the marquee free agents off the board. And it's been a good weekend for the Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, I got it right here. Sidorov got 6 years, 30 million. That's a good deal for him. That's what he wanted. And he got it from the Bruins. Bruins got $11 million in cap space. So let me see this. The Blue Jackets have got Sean Monahan. 5 years. Oh, let me do the money. 5 years. 27.5 mil for 5 years. That's good for Sean Monahan. Good for him. All right. Lindholm got 7 years. 49. 50.5. 53. All right, Lindholm got 7 for 55 mil. So the Bruins spending their money today. Wow. They just spent $85 million, folks, on two players, Boston Bruins. Manzano said it made sense for them to get those two defensemen because of the fact that they were getting out physical by Florida. No. Lindholm is a center. Sidorov is a defenseman. They both used to be on the Flames this past season. Oh man, so Monahan goes to, Sean, I love you, man, but god damn, you still want to be with losers, bro? Jeez.
We're going to have a new coach at some point soon, so that's going to be another thing moving forward for them. So it makes a lot of sense. And the Jackets are trying to get to another level here. He's a guy that can help them start that.
All right, William Carrier signs with the Carolina Hurricanes, 6 years, 12 million. Victor Arvidsson goes to Edmonton, 2 years, 8 million. So the Oilers spend with little change they got in their piggy bank. I'll take you to 2 o'clock. Then I'll be back at 3 o'clock, 3:15, something like that. I gotta go get me some lunch, man. I'm starving. Wow. My Manzano says, nope, because Reinhardt actually said that he would have gotten more money with a team like Vancouver or Montreal, but he decided to stay. Well, I never said that. Moss is happy. I sent him. I sent him on Instagram his DM. He's very happy. Yeah, he stayed with Florida because he's a damn good player, Tony. He is. That's why he stayed with Florida. He was the number 3 pick in the draft in 10 years ago. No. He was number 2. Bennett was number 4. Ekblad was number 1. Bennett was number 4. And my man from the Oilers was number 3. Draisaitl was number 3 in that draft. And number 2 was Reinhardt. I agree with you, Tony. I totally agree with you. I agree with you with that point. Excellent point, Tony. I'm going to see this. I want to say this. I think, yeah, you're right. Farm system. You're absolutely correct. You're right, Tony. That lack of farm system is going to hurt. All right. Boy, we are getting some shit today. This is why the N.H.L is the best after the NFL. Jake DeBrusk goes to Vancouver as GM Patrick Alvin. He goes for 7 years. Let me do the math. 35. 41.5 million for Jake DeBrusk. Unless they trade Ekblad and recoup some of their farm system. But what team would actually give up some of their farm? I don't know what team would, but because Ekblad is now a Stanley Cup champion, and Ekblad is one of the best defensemen in hockey, there'll be teams willing to trade for him. Trust me on that. But I think losing Montour, which is going to hurt. It really is going to hurt. So I think Zito said they can't sign everybody, but they're going to go all the way up to the cap floor. That's what you call a champion general manager. All right, Kiefer Sherwood goes to Vancouver, 2 years, $3 million. Brady Scott, 49 mil with the Nashville Predators. So Nashville's loading up, folks. They're going to be a factor in the West. I'm glad that the whole nation of Canada saluted the Flames this weekend. What a draft for Calgary. They got every player they wanted, according to GM Craig Conroy, except T. Ginla. But I tell you, folks, that young defenseman who they took at 9 reminds a lot of people of Cale Makar. I'll definitely take that. So, Calgary, congratulations. Hell of a draft this weekend. I'm so proud of you. And this is what I like my teams to do. If you're not going to win, blow it up and start over again. Trailblazers, look at all the talent they received in a year ago deals they made. Calgary gutted the team. I have high hopes for my running Rebels out in Las Vegas finally in basketball this year. Not only to make the tournament, but to do some damage in the tournament. All right, Danton Heinen goes to Vancouver, 2 years, $4.5 million. All that money the Canucks have now, look at who they're spending it on. Cheap and inexpensive players. But they did spend $51 million on Jake DeBrusk about 10 minutes ago. Right now, who's winning free agency, in my opinion? Nashville and Boston and Toronto by a landslide. Those three teams to me are winning. I'm shocked the Rangers are quiet. You know, my team said they will take an expiring contract, but they're going to want something for it. If I'm the Flames, I would want to get something for 27 draft. You load it for next year's draft and in 26 draft. Get something for 27. So the Canucks, it's what time is it in Vancouver? 20 to 10 in the morning out there. They're doing some moves. Seattle getting Montour from the Panthers. That was a very good move. Let me see what Manzano said now. I don't think they're going to move Ekblad at all now. Not yet. We'll find out. I don't think the Panthers care. Whoever gives them the best deal, that's where he goes. Panthers top of the world now. No. Oh, he did St. Louis? Oh, is he a Hall of Fame general manager? I don't know. I thought he was in Florida for a while. I thought he was in Florida for a hot minute. Let me find out what else is happening, folks. I'm going to go eat lunch at 2 o'clock. I'll be back at 3 o'clock. And trust me, my phone will be on. And Big Money Sean will hit me up with what's going on. So, Manzano, just to let you know, the Panthers home opener is on ESPN October the 8th against guess who? You guessed it, the Boston Bruins. In Sunrise, they'll raise the banner for them. Let me ask you a question, Vamos. Let me ask you a question, okay? Why would you think there'll be happy times in Miami Gardens when that franchise hasn't been to a championship game since 1992? And everybody left the room, Vamos. It's just me, you, and Manzano. Matter of fact, let me do that right now. Let me set up. So I'll be back here at 3:30. Or three. Let me put 3:30. Yeah, I'll do 3:30. Saturday, a gargantuan NBA free agent show because that's the day deals will be official. I'll be on the air at 12 noon. Thumbnail will be up today for sure or tomorrow for sure. Wait till you guys see the headline of what I put for the NBA. Oh man, I could be devilish at times. What a signing by both Nashville and the Bruins. Wow. What's up, boy? Don't worry, I'm right here, folks. I'm just setting up the show when I come back after lunch. I gotta eat, fellas. There you go. Let you know what else is happening. Appreciate everybody coming by. Well, big show Saturday, folks, with the NBA. Kulikov, 4 year, $1.5 million deal. Dmitry Kulikov. Cam Talbot. Trying to see who signed him. Cam Talbot went somewhere, folks. All right, I set up the next show for 3:30. It'll still be the heart of free agency. We'll recap who went since when I come back on the air, and we'll take you probably to 7 o'clock. Let me go back. Oh, man. Hurricanes have had a good morning so far. I'll go back to the chat in a second. Just want to see where's the N.H.L. Wow. So right now, Brady Sky also went to Nashville. So Nashville's loading up. Boston's loading up. Seattle having a nice morning out there in the Pacific Northwest. The great Ron Francis. Teams in the East Coast are very quiet, which is surprising. Nothing from Jersey, Islanders, Rangers, Flyers, Penguins, all quiet this afternoon on the East Coast. Predators. What a morning. Predators going to be tough in the West, folks. Telling you. So far, they're declaring that the Nashville Predators are winning so far. Master Soul went somewhere. All right. Got some more news. The Predators. Look at this. We'll do Jonathan Druin to Colorado. Master Soul, 5 years. Let me do the math. 5 years. 25, 26, 27. 27.5 million. So the Predators signed Master Soul, boy, or the Predators loading up. Wow. All right, Druin goes back to the Bruins. Alex Martinez goes to the Blackhawks for 1 year, 4 million. Oilers also, right now as we speak, looking at Jeff Skinner. Boy, I tell you, the Oilers, boy. I mean, Jesus. Do the Oilers? Will the Oilers ever play a tough game in their lives? That's why they lost the cup. Oh, here they go, folks. NHL Network going gaga, but the Oilers are doing something. Wow. All right, Barry Trotz have told his players and the season ticket holders that he wants the Stanley Cup next year. I tell you, the way they're looking and with their defense core and their goaltender, they will make a run in the West. And I think the I think the Panthers have shown a blueprint how you beat the Oilers. Toughness. All right, Derek White, according to the best insider in the business, Big Money Sean, 4 years, 100 and let's just say 126 mil. So basically, he's getting 30 million a year. See what happens when you win championships? So, of course, let me drop the link. What time is it Eastern time? 1 o'clock. I'll be out of here in an hour. Take a little break, and then I'll be back on at No, I'm not going to. I wanted to. So the Celtics resign or extend Derek White. 49 free agent signings, folks, in the first 36 minutes of free agent. God damn. Press conference for Montour, the former Panther, and that was a big loss for the Panthers, by the way. His press conference will be on Friday out in the Pacific Northwest, according to reports. So, I had a feeling that Montour was going to take the money and run. That's the purpose of the NHL. Once you win something, you go get the money. You go get your big payday. So, give me a second.
Hello, hello. Anybody there?
What's up, Tony?
Oh, did you see my the Darren Drager report that he believes Ekman Larson will be signing a 4-year deal with Toronto?
No, I didn't see that. Is he going to Toronto?
No, he he's report. It's not done yet, but he believes it's like a 80% chance that the deal is about to get done within maybe the next 48 hours. Do you like that for Toronto or
Which player again?
uh, Ekman Larson, the defenseman for Florida?
Oh, okay. Wow, they lost him. They're gonna lose him too. I tried to tell Ramos this. Well, you think players in the NHL, especially when they don't make nowhere the money as football and basketball players and baseball players, but when they get a big deal, they don't care if they win a Stanley Cup. They say, "Oh, I got a ring, fine. I'm going else. I'm going to get paid." That's how the NHL works.
Yeah, Florida needs to. I think what Florida's looking at is, I think they know how to develop defensemen. I think that's they're okay with losing Montour and what is it called? Montour and Ekman Larson, because
Yeah.
they have young defensemen in their system that they know can replace them.
Yeah, Larson. Yeah. He did go to Toronto. Yeah, he did that like an hour ago. He was one. He was like the second one after 12 o'clock. If I went, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
good deal for Toronto. Toronto now realizes to beat the Bruins, to beat Florida, they have to get tough, and they built their defense core very nicely. The Maple Leafs had, and they didn't have to spend a lot of money with the money they spent today, and that's because Craig Berube is not playing around. He said, "You get me who I want. You won a Stanley Cup. Remember, he won in St. Louis 5 years ago. He knows how to win championships."
and and I trust Zito, to be honest, because he knows how to he can he can find replacements for, like, through trades and stuff. Like, he knows how to make trades, to be honest.
All right, Talbot, $5 million, 2 years to the Red Wings. Excellent move by Detroit.
What scares me though is Toronto has weaknesses in goal. No matter how well their defensemen play in front of them, it's the goalie that's the weakness for them.
Yeah,
Do you agree?
absolutely correct. Yeah, no doubt.
The same thing with Edmonton.
Mhm.
Skinner is I, I I like Skinner, but their fans are hyping him up to be like he's the next great goalie in Edmonton. Like, they're
you
saying
have to
he's
admit,
Jacques Plante.
you have to admit that Skinner from games 4 to game 7 played excellent. Y'all
Yes.
blood your goalie. That's why you don't see Bob around nowhere. Because, like I said the other day about Bobrovsky, he was exposed, and that's why when the national media was talking to all the players, the one player that N.H.L. Network, ESPN, and CBC didn't want to talk to was Bobrovsky
Yeah.
because
No.
he
No.
was
No. For
a
me, that
disaster.
I don't think he. People, like, you know what makes me mad? The national media calls him, like, he was performing the before Game 7. Like, let's be honest, he only had 3 games that he was performing bad in, and they overlooked the fact that he performed. He was the best goalie in the playoffs.
Tony, you had him up 3-0. You should have swept them. Even
I
Matthew
understand.
Tkachuk in that interview said that yesterday to Steve Goldberg on, I guess, the CBS Florida. Even
Yeah,
Matthew Tkachuk said it.
yeah, no, but let's be honest. Like, I understand we had him up 4 games to none, but
I mean,
I
3-0.
I can't remember which. I can't remember. I think it was Craig Button, not Craig Button, the guy who used to work for ESPN that works on CBS Sports now. Uh, he was a big player. He played uh the I forgot what his name now. His name is he used to work for ESPN. He played in the NHL. Not PK Zuban. It was a, oh my god, what's the guy's name now?
I can't think of it. But
He was a coach.
Barry Melrose.
Yeah, Melrose. He says he doesn't like. He's not saying he's defending Bob for not showing up those 3 games, but we need to look at his whole game. Instead of focusing on 3 games, he was the best goalie as a whole in the playoffs. I understand the 3 games, but when you look at his overall performance, you have to admit he was the best goalie in the.
Yeah, but Tony, it's because of him they had to go 7 games. He was outscored 20-5 in those 3 games they lost. That's disastrous. And did you see in Game 7 how much his teammates didn't trust him? That they were sacrificing their bodies to stay in front of him so he wouldn't let stupid goals go in?
Yeah, my God.
No excuse for me, and I'm glad that the national media realized that it was because of him that why it went 7 games.
And
let's be honest, it wasn't
Uncle,
because of the
yeah, and I agree, no excuses. But how hard in general, how hard is it to sweep a team in the NBA and the NHL?
Boston did it.
I'm saying it's rare, but in general, it's very hard. You agree?
It's hard, but if you're the superior team, which there was, the Panthers, come on now, swept Tampa, beat Boston, this destroyed the Rangers to delusion here for the Ranger fan, but it still can't believe it.
Wait, how delusional are Rangers fans in New York?
They're not that delusional like that. They're not Edmonton, but they can't believe Florida not only beat their ass, but won the cup. I could have told Ranger fans that. Yeah, our boy Matt Duchene went back to Texas hockey. That means he went back to the Stars. 2 years, $6 million.
Yeah, no, and to be honest, I think what Florida's going to be doing now is I think they're going to look for. I think that they re-signed Evan Rodriguez and Kevin. Did they re-sign Stenlund, the 4th-line center?
No.
Or did he go?
No, he didn't go anywhere yet. He's still a free agent. It's early, Tony. I'm pretty sure that Zito will keep who he wants to keep. But like I said before, it's going to be hard for people from the outside to play for that franchise now. Very hard.
To trust the GM?
Hold on for a second, Manzano. Bro, cut it out, Ramos. Cut it out. You got a goddamn Stanley Cup champion. Of course they run South Florida. Don't even, bro, Ramos, don't even put the Dolphins in the same sentence as the Florida Panthers, bro. Don't do it.
Yeah,
you know,
honestly, for me, I don't understand. For me, I rewatch a draft. I don't understand the booing of those draft picks by Chicago fans.
Easy. There's no Patrick Sharp. There's no Patrick Kane. There's no what's our boy, the captain of the team. His name slips my mind right now. There's none of these guys are them. That's why they're born.
And I think I said in the chat.
Jonathan Taze. There's no Jonathan Taze. That's why they're born.
Or Duncan Keith.
Or Duncan Keith, exactly. Or Brett Seabrook, yes.
Yeah, no, but I understand. They're so it hasn't. You said it's been 10 years since they won a championship?
Yep. They won in 2010, 2013, 2015.
Yeah, so for me, to be honest, I think they have Connor Bedard, but they need to be patient. Like, I understand they won They're so used to championships in Chicago, but I think that's what happens with fans today. They're so impatient and not waiting to
and
like.
spoiled. Man, let me ask you a question. And I think Florida, to me, right now, are the
Is the
favorites to
standard.
win. They're knowing the standard. They're the favorite to win this year coming up. If they win two, folks, they're going to be in NHL lore, which means that you're going to get all the respect and status 2 time, 3 time Stanley Cup champions get as a franchise.
And do you think honestly that is there any team in either league that can handle the physicality?
I think Boston's loaded up today, getting Lindholm and getting Zadorov. That was big for Boston. Huge. Boston got to beat you. You don't have to beat Boston. They have to beat you.
No, that's what I'm asking. Is there any team that can
But
match the
Boston,
physicality besides
Boston.
Boston?
Rangers, forget it. You don't have to worry about them.
Toronto,
They're getting there. Maple Leafs are getting there.
Edmonton,
No.
Dallas.
Yeah. Dallas is real good. But the one team, there's 2 teams I will watch out for in the West. Nashville. Wow. I was going to say Vegas.
Columbus.
Nah, Columbus is at the bottom, man.
Oh, my mistake. Maybe
Nashville.
LA.
Nah, Nashville.
Nashville.
I think Nashville is really. They got Massasoul, they got Stamkos, and they got what's his face, Brandon Sky. But that was big money they spent.
Seattle, maybe.
They will be back in the playoffs, but they're not ready to go Stanley Cup now.
There's not a lot of teams that are ready, like
You're right.
that.
Go ahead, say it. You're absolutely correct. I know what you're going to say. You're right. Go ahead, say it for the audience.
There's not a lot of teams that are physically matched. Most of these teams are finesse. Besides the 3 teams that you just mentioned, maybe Vegas.
No, they lost their main guy today. I keep forgetting about this team. Colorado.
I would say, yeah, with McCarr, but do they have anybody?
Colorado is rough, bro.
Are they physical?
Yeah. Colorado can play any way you want to play. Colorado. I got Colorado coming out of the West.
So you think it's gonna be? You may think it's gonna be a rematch of what year was that again?
96. Yeah, I do. Right now.
The only issue is, do you think McCarr can stay healthy?
That's the $1,000,000,000 question.
I like McKinnon.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I said the other day that McKinnon is just as good as McDavid. One is power, which is McKinnon. The other one is speed. McJesus is speed.
Yeah, I would say McKinnon is the better overall player when it comes to he can play both ways. You agree?
Yes. Yeah. He's not as electrifying as McDavid.
Are they the same height, or is McKinnon a little bit shorter?
He's bigger. Nathan McKinnon's a big boy.
Oh, he's the same height as guys like Kachuk and Barkov?
Yeah, something like that. Yo, get up here. Get Sean up here. There goes the link. Boston franchise is expected to become available for sale. Wow! So, our buddy Wojciech is going to sell the Celtics. Wow. So the
See,
Celtics.
I don't care on who buys that team. Is that fan base that
You better be Irish.
that are honestly, I don't care who owns that team. Is the fan base that can be very like they're very racist.
Yeah, they're a rough crowd, man. When you boo the
Uh,
MVP from your team,
you've
that's
dealt with Bruins fans. Are they as bad as Celtics fans?
worse.
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 Moss seems very tame.
Moss said he don't like the people up there. He told me that. He said he don't like the people up there.
See, I think of the other fans I've dealt with for sports, Patriots fans are the worst. Then it's Boston, Celtics.
Oh yeah, I could imagine when they go to Miami how they act. I could imagine.
Then it's honestly, I can have a normal conversation with Red Sox fans. The other three fan bases in Boston, I can't deal with.
Nah, they're just a little bit too far to the right. So right
Boston
now,
Red Sox fans are pretty tame, to be honest.
because they saw them win. Because they saw them win 4 championships in 21st century. Of course, they're okay. Okay, I said this before. Yakov Trenin just signed a 4-year, $14 million a year deal with the Minnesota Wild. And this is why the Minnesota Wild, no one takes them seriously. All that money they got, and you cannot name a player on that team other than the GM Billy Gary. That's it.
Yeah, no, I don't know what it is with. Do you think Minnesota is just in a hockey wasteland? No big time free agent wants to go there.
You could say that, yeah, because it's very cold in the winter. The building is awesome. Where they play is awesome. I could see the Bruins or Red Sox or Patriots owners possibly buying. Nah, ain't like that in Boston. All right, Michael Amadeo, 3 years, 2.6 million with Ottawa, so he's making about 7.8 in his contract. So the signings
Michael
keep
Amato.
happening.
Michael Amato.
Yeah.
So do you think Florida's not panicking because they know they might be able to replace some of their guys leaving?
I think the Florida Panthers right now are in a different world, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying. That they're in a
They
different
don't
world, so
care.
they're not hesitant.
I'm gonna be honest with you. What you just said, you're right. They don't care. They don't care. And I'm gonna tell you why they don't care. When they want a player, they will run down to South Florida to play. And fit in and do what they tell them to do.
I'm joking around, but with how Brady was partying with his brother, yeah, I can see Brady.
No, his brother wasn't there. Brady didn't want nothing to do with Matt and his dad partying like party animals like they did.
So Brady's more like his mother.
Yeah, Brady said, F this. I'm going home and I'm going to watch what my franchise does this off season. Well, he's happy they got a goalie.
They actually, you brought up Ottawa,
Yeah.
Uncle. They actually, a lot of draft analysts were making fun of that draft because they reached for all their draft picks.
I don't know. That first pick they made at 7 was a good pick. All right.
No, the picks after that, I'm saying.
Yeah, you could kill him for that. All right, Mo Mantha. That's right. Former Pittsburgh Penguin, Mo Mantha. His son Anthony just signed with the Flames, 1 year, $3.5 million. Remember, folks, the Flames got $29.9 million in cap space, and they expect to have more by the end of the week by getting rid of our good friend Mr. Kadri.
With how much did the Panthers open up with letting Montour and Ekman Larson walk? Uncle?
About
In
8
terms,
million.
and that's still not enough to sign a big time player,
Oh, the big time players are all gone.
or trade for a player that doesn't want to be in a rebuilding team.
Yeah, you could do that. Also, I will say this, Tony. It's sometimes it's better to sign a lesser guy for less money than go to
Because
get a big time.
they're I'm gonna say this. They want to play. If you sign a big time player for money, they're not going. I think Kachuk is a rare case.
Him and Barkov, you don't have to worry about that. They'll get it. Whenever they want to extend them, they will extend both of them. I can't say the rest for the rest of the team.
Oh no, but what I'm saying is, in terms of big time play, when certain players get big time money, they just
Yeah, they quit.
coast.
Those days are over in Florida.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think that they will sign guys for cheaper who want to play for harder. I think they sign college free agent. I think they're going to look at it in the college and try to get college free agents.
I just know right now the Florida Panthers are in the driver's seat at anything they want to do, Tony.
So you think they're going to be like a Tampa
And
where
I'm
they
saying
won
this right
3
now.
straight cups?
I definitely see them winning next year. I really do.
Wait,
I don't
who?
think.
Wait,
I think
in the 2020s, in the 2010s, the 21st century, who are the 3 teams that won three cups back to back to back, like three in a row?
no nobody.
No one has it.
The what you call it did. No, Tampa won 2 in a row, and they ran out of gas. All right,
Uh,
Stefan Nonson, the former Hurricane, went to the Devils 3 years, uh, 8.4 million, so 8.5 mil. To the Devils are spending them. Devils, by the way, Boston Devils will be your biggest threat if they're healthy, because they're younger, they're faster, and they do hit. They do hit. They do play physical.
I think that's a team that I could be worried about. A young team for Florida,
Yeah,
the Devils.
everybody like they're the third favorite team in Las Vegas right now. I keep
Wow.
forgetting about the Devils because they stay quiet too much.
Where's Edmonton ranked?
I think Edmonton is like, where's Edmonton at? Edmonton's number 2, but they're gonna fall.
Yeah, because they're not fixing any of their weaknesses.
Exactly. Kolakov, this is good news for Panther fans. Kolakov just re-signed for 4 years. Let me see what's the terms of his 4-year deal. So Dmitry Kolakov back with the Florida Panthers. So
And people forget we drafted Dmitry Kulikov in the first round. I think he was first over, like second or third overall. I can't remember what year it was.
I don't remember that. I can look it up though. Let me
He was
find
there
out.
before, but Barkov.
Really?
Yeah, he's
Damn,
older than Barkov. He's in his
I didn't
30s.
know that. All right, David Perron went back to French Canada, going to the Ottawa
Canadian.
Senators.
He went back to Montreal.
He went to Ottawa, folks. I'm telling you, no, there's a reason why. Steve Eisenman, his job is on the line this year in Detroit, and like Brady Chuck said, enough up in Ottawa. Those 2 teams, folks, I will be destroying all season long to see if they both can get it done. Okay? Enough in Ottawa.
But Detroit is rebuilding still, so we can't really like.
That's from the owner. That's not from me. That's from the owner.
No, but I don't know why people are killing Detroit. They're a rebuilding team that.
Tony, they finished with 91 points this year. They
Detroit
should have
did?
made the playoff. Yeah, the Detroit should have made the playoff. They choked down the stretch. That's why a lot of people in Detroit are angry.
Honestly, I can't believe I was right during the draft that Iserman got drafted by the Islanders.
Yeah, you hit that one.
Did you guys get any of your picks right? You and Moss?
Friday night.
Yeah.
Uh, Let me put it this way, Manzano. I have been on cloud nine. Everyone across the hockey world gave the Flames an A. They killed the draft, bro. GM
Yeah.
said they got every player they wanted except T. Ginla.
Wait, who drafted Tees again? I can't remember.
Utah 6.
Calgary fans were so pissed when that happened.
Yeah, but the kid we got is the next Cale McCall, but he can score more than Cale McCall. So we're all
Is
happy
Cale
about it.
more a defensive defenseman?
Yeah, but he's so fast. He can guard McDavid. That's why they beat Edmonton 2 years ago. They swept them because he was all over McDavid. He's just as fast.
But he's not as physical.
McDavid's not physical, not at all. That's why I
No.
said
Is
if
McCarr learning the more of a
McCarr's
two-way
great.
game now?
Yeah, he can play defense. He is great. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I wanted to take him, but Colorado took him right ahead of us, and we took Chichuk that year. I was happy with Chichuk.
You know who McCarr reminds me of in terms of the way he plays? The guy who used to play for Vancouver, with the Sedin twins, the defenseman.
Wow, I have to think about that. That was 12
Oh
years
no,
ago.
my mistake. He reminds me of the guy who played alongside Zdeno Chara in Boston.
I know who you're talking about. It's been a while. All right, Grid Chick, 1 year 2.75 with the Penguins. Boy, you talk about a franchise, but it's about to fall off the cliff.
Do you think Sydney and what's his face are going to demand trades?
No, they're too old, man. I mean, Sid can still play. Malkin's on another planet. He was partying with Kuznetsov and
Ovi?
Ovi the other day at a beach in Moscow. It's ridiculous.
Jesus. So he's becoming like an older, like he's becoming. Isn't that what happened to Kovalchuk?
Yes, no, Kovalchuk. His problem was his wife had him whipped.
Oh no, my mistake. He's becoming like Fedorov.
A little bit, yeah. All right, we got big news. I wish I had a horn to sound. The Seattle Kraken continue to spend money. Ron Francis and the crew. Chandler Stevenson, 7 years, $46 million with the Seattle Kraken. So Seattle getting it together out west. It's gonna be the hockey this year is gonna be fun. But in the East, I just think the Panthers are gonna just destroy it.
I keep on hearing that Toronto's still trying to trade Marner.
Yeah, they're talking about it, but right now, uh, nothing yet. But I'll tell you this, folks, and I do mean this, bro. Who the hell is gonna be Florida in the East, folks?
Nobody.
I mean,
Maybe Boston.
like
Maybe.
Big O said this morning, and I said it too the other night, folks. The difference between Bill Zito, Pat Riley, and Vinny Viola. I think Stephen Ross can learn from that winning group right there. Can learn something.
Yeah. No. And to be honest, I'm surprised Stephen Ross hasn't talked to those guys.
I'm gonna say it again, Tony, and I've been saying this for the last 20 years. The problem with Dolphin fans are they don't hold their players or their team accountable. And that's why it has gotten down to if they don't win a playoff game, that whole ship is going to be blown up. You want to know how
Yeah,
desperate they are? Mike McDaniel said a month ago that every time they do something at practice is at 24 after the hour to remind the players that they haven't won a playoff game in 24 years.
yeah, and I hope Chris Greer is standing pat with what's been coming out that he's not going to be paying Tua $55 million. He said,
That is real, folks. I'll talk about that when I come back. Yes, the word is that either Tua is going to take a lot less, or we may see him in a new uniform next year, folks.
and 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 Uncle, this is what makes me mad that our fan like I don't know what it is with people. Even national media are saying this that Tua is the only person that can run this Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniel offense. Tua and Brock
That's
Purdy. I'm
not
like,
true. That's not true.
and I've said this on Twitter, and I'm when you because look at the offensive coordinator in uh in Houston came from the Kyle Shanahan tree.
Yeah,
Yeah, and CJ Stroud is running that offense way better than Tua. You agree?
of course. Don't forget Jordan Love now, and this was announced 2 weeks ago. Jordan Love now has the power in Green Bay, Matt LaFleur, to call his own plays. And
Lafleur is giving him the power.
that's
That's
right.
shocking.
Yeah. I wonder why Aaron didn't have power.
Him and Lafleur hate each other. That's why.
I'm gonna leave Aaron alone, but let's just say, and I know Tony hates this because he's an Aaron fanboy. Aaron is dead to those fans.
Aaron has an ego issue, but let's be honest. Who did he learn that from?
Of course, number 4, Brett Favre.
Does Aaron have a? But did Aaron have his own? Like, did Aaron before he started going on Pat McAfee? Did he have a reporter that followed him around like uh Brett had with what's his face?
Uh, he had the chick from NFL Network, Stacey Dales. Stacey Dales is now following Jordan Love around.
Oh, Stacy followed Aaron around. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. Now she's following Jordan Love around.
Wait, who's the guy who followed Brett around again?
That was God bless his soul, the late John Clayton and our boy Ed Werder.
Was it John Clayton or Edward that followed the Cowboys and Brett?
Ed Werder. John Clayton, Seattle.
I couldn't stand Ed. Ed was
I
so
like it. Brett Favre.
Ed could take things too far sometimes with Brett.
Now, the announcer that loves Rogers is Joe Buck.
Oh, Joe did.
Yeah.
I'll see you later, Uncle.
Be good, man. I'll be back at 3:30.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for pulling up, Tony. Tony Manzano, everybody. I'm on for a half hour, then I'll be back at 3:30 for the late afternoon show. Doing this. As today has been a very eventful day, folks. If you're a hockey fan, you're getting your wish. We got everybody's moving today. Boston, Toronto, And Nashville has been the big wheelers and dealers so far with the money. And the Kraken. Don't forget the Kraken has had a good day today. Brandon Sky, 49 million. Stamkos, 32 million. Wedgwood, 3 million. And Massasoft, 27.5 million. Take a break at 2 o'clock. Go get me something to eat. And then I'll be back on the air anytime between 3:15 and 3:30 to do the rest of this. And I'll take you to 6. And then I will see you someday this week. And then remember, Saturday coming up, it's all NBA up here. We'll have all the moves, everything on Saturday, July the 6th, 12 o'clock Eastern Time. Only on the experience, folks. That's how we do it. Forsberg, O'Reilly, Nyquist, Evangelista, Stamkos, and Marchessault, Parizin, Novak, Incisions, Jankowski, McCarron, and Smith. That is the 4 lines for Nashville. Also, Josie and Fabro, Sky and Shin, Stastny and Skull for the defense of the Panthers. Hello? Hello? All right, let's see what else has happened. Sam Dursey signs with the Rings. So this has been a big hockey July 1st. Only wish Moss was here. Moss just got back from a long soccer trip. Monahan went to Columbus. That's my boy, Sean Monahan. I met him in the 2013 draft at the Prudential Center, New Jersey. All were the Flames so good to me. And going to a hockey draft live is nothing like it. So the Panthers are the defending champions. I expect them to repeat. To me, the big challengers will be the Colorado Avalanche, Dallas Stars, Nashville Predators, and the East, Boston and New Jersey. That's what I got. Edmonton, of course, you like Edmonton, but Edmonton hasn't addressed what they need to address. Don't take the Rangers seriously. They don't play tough hockey. They play finesse hockey. You gotta play some physical hockey to win the playoffs. So I'm out of here in 25 minutes, and I'll be back on at 3:30. So look for me to be back on the 3:30 hour. Go grab me a bite to eat. So Flames this side, Ryan Lumberg, 2 years, $4 million. And they signed Anthony Maffa, Bo Manta's kid. They signed Anthony Manta today. Tyler Toffoli, 4 years, $6 million deal. I don't think those numbers are right. And what a day in the NHL, folks. Capitals still making trades. Philadelphia extended Garnett half away, 2 years, 4.8 million. So more signings, folks. And when I get back, there's going to be even more signings. Jake Bean, 2-year deal with the Flames. Buffalo, Jason Zucker, Sam Lafferty signed 2-year deal for Lafferty for $2 million. So, what a day we've had so far. Can't wait to get back and get back up here. We'll do it over again. Maple Leafs have had a good day, strengthening their defense. $14 million for Oliver Ekman-Larsson, 4 years, 6 years for Tanev, $27 million. Sam Steele went to Dallas. So hashtag Texas hockey, keep loading up so they can match up with the Oilers in Colorado. So the Flames get Lundberg and Manfa this afternoon. It's about to be lunchtime out in the Rocky Mountains, out in Western Canada. So right now, to me, Boston, Toronto, Nashville, Seattle have been the big winners so far this afternoon with their signings. We haven't had a blockbuster trade yet today. Flames spending six of the $29.8 million they have under the cap. As they like to say, for the right fits. Capitals, look at them. Matt Roy, 7 years, $5.5 million. That is 37.5 million for Matt Roy. Look at the Capitals. Look at them. As they're revamping their team to beat the Rangers, Tanner Lazinski signs a 2 year, $1.5 million deal with Vegas. Derek Forbort, 1 year, $1.5 million to sign with the Canucks. So the signings keep coming. Lazinski to Vegas. So, so these things that keep going on. We'll do the NBA on Saturday. That should be a fun day up here all day doing the NBA. Josh Brown, 3 year deal, 3 years, $3 million. Sam Steele to Texas Hockey to the Stars, 1 year, $1.2 million. So everybody in Calgary loved the Ryan. What an off season for the Flames. As they got Lundberg from the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. So Jake Bean, 2 year contract, 1.75 mil. All right. Jared Hathaway, 2 years, $4.8 million extension by the Flyers. Brandon Smith went to the Dallas Stars for $1 million. As we're getting to the home stretch for me, folks. I'll be back at anywhere between 3 and 3:30. I'll be back up here. What a day for the Capitals. NHL Network, new commercial congratulating the Stanley Cup champion Capitals. All right. What afternoon. You see what's happening in the NBA. What a day. So Wick Grossbeck is going to sell the Celtics. Big Money Sean. I'm gonna have him up here the second time I come up. Jokic and DeAndre Jordan begging Stan Kroenke to bring in Russell Westbrook. So the Blackhawks also has had an eventful weekend. Nothing to their fans' delight, as their fans booed them at the draft and at the draft party. Dallas Stars signing players the way he's supposed to sign players, cheap and inexpensive, good for Dallas. What a day. I wish other leagues were like the NHL. Eric Guffinson to Detroit, 2 years, $4.5 million. Tavarian, by the way, 3 years, uh, 16.2 million for him. The my NBA show is going to be big on Saturday. I'm going to tell you that right now. That is going to be a big show on Saturday. Only got a few minutes left in the early afternoon show. We'll be back in an hour and a half for the late afternoon show. All right, Pittsburgh is trading Riley Smith to the Rangers. Lou Lamoriello announced today that he signed Anthony Duclair to a 4-year deal. Wow, I haven't seen. Last time I saw Anthony Duclair, he was on the Panthers. I think either last year, 2 years ago, he was on the Panthers.
The team that is too slow up front, and Anthony Leclerc, I think, listen, like I said earlier before, Tony, right? Are there any perfect players? There's very few. What he does is he backs you up. He backs up the defense with his speed. He was a helpful player in Florida last year. He helped Tampa when he got there this year. I think this is something that it's a good fit. The Islanders need speed up front to help back off teams' defenses.
So he goes to the Islanders. As we just have a couple of minutes left. So,
that cup run and the run to the cup a year ago, and certainly celebrating the cup with the parade. He was in every video. Yeah, yesterday, but no longer a Florida Panther. He'll take that energy and passion with him to the Saddle Dome. He's off to Calgary on a 2-year deal. Yeah, he started his career in Calgary, and we talked about it earlier. They're going to go through some pain. They're rebuilding. I think that's a smart thing for them to do. To bring in Ryan Wahlberg, he's going to bring that Stanley Cup experience of being in the final 2 consecutive years, and also his toughness, his competitiveness. With young players that need to learn about what it takes to play in the league, 82 games a year, not easy. 100%, it's a crasher and banger. He's a guy that you hate to play against, but you love that on your team. So he's a good guy. For the younger players that are in an organization that are trying to make it, watch those guys. I learn from those guys and want to be like those guys.
No days off. Sounds like we've got another one here. The Red Wings acquired Eric Gustafson on a 2-year deal.
So the Red Wings played for the Rangers last year. He was the favorite of Peter Laviolette for the last couple of years. Peter had him in Washington and then with the Rangers. He moved on to Detroit. Kind of fills a little bit of the role that Shane Gostisbehere filled in Detroit. Is kind of a puck-moving, power play guy.
So we're about to round up the early portion of this show. I'd like to thank everybody, and I will see you guys anywhere between an hour 15 minutes to an hour and a half. We'll finish this Stanley Cup Day 1 of free agency. Thanks to everybody: Vamos, Manzano, Big Money, Sean, who else? Linda Anderson, Trust, aka Toya. I want to thank all you guys for pulling up. Moss pulled up. Quick second. I'll be back on about an hour or hour and a half. And N.H.L pulled up. Appreciate everybody coming in here. Enjoy your afternoon. Of course, Rosie was here. Thanks to all the ladies coming in, saying hello to their boy Mace. I will see you all in an hour 15 to an hour and a half. I'm going to enjoy my lunch and my dinner.
Yeah, Riley Smith has been traded to the Rangers. I think it's a second-round pick in 2027.
All right, so Riley Smith was traded to the Rangers for a second-round pick in 2027.
They get a draft pick a little bit later on. The New York Rangers add a top 6 guy, somebody they've been looking to add for some time. Kind of lost out on some of the free agents that are up there at the moment. But Riley Smith, he had a limited notice trade, so he had some say where he was essentially going to end up.
We'll see you in about an hour and a half, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Appreciate all of you.